All right, man. We're walking down the Prosperous Path. We've done a good job. I think we thoroughly have done step 1. I think we can move on. It's time to move on to step 2.
Let's do it.
Step 2 is face the music. Most people don't hit their financial targets because they have no idea where the heck they're at. They don't know how much money they have.
Yikes.
They don't know how much money they have in savings in their checking account, and they also don't know what their expenses are. I think a lot of people, they think there's kind of 2 ways to finances. There's like super controlled finances where I know where every penny is going.
Yeah.
And then there's like really loose finances where I know where nothing is going. Later down the path, we're going to work and create a plan where I think it's middle of the road. But before we get started, like if you don't have enough money, you're not going to have what you want in life. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're not going to fill arenas with hundreds of thousands of people for free, right? It takes some money. Yeah. And also you need to be responsible.
Right.
Like I believe that like you have resources that you have that I believe God has given to you, and you need to steward those resources.
That's good.
Like if you're just going to be flipping about the money that you have, why are you going to get more?
Wow.
Like you're not going to get more, right? It's for people who like steward the resources well, then more is given, right? More is not given to people who don't steward well, right? It's like those people who win the lottery. People who win the lottery, almost every single time after they win $1 million, couple $1 million, $10 million, they're broke right afterwards.
Yep. And depressed.
They're depressed. They don't know what to do. They're like, oh, it's because they haven't done the work. One of my coaches, she used to say, and I love this. I'm stealing this from you, Lisa. She used to tell me that you have to know when to take the steps. You have to know when to take the escalator, and then you have to know when to take the elevator. There's some times in life where you can just like hop on the elevator and go to level 2. But you have to know that you're not getting the muscles necessary that you would have got if you took the steps to get up, right, to level 2. Yeah. And the escalator is like you're still getting some muscle, but it's faster. And the elevator, you're just totally skipping it. You're just going right over and just getting right up to level 2. Yeah. And that's what happens with people who win the lottery, right? Like they haven't done they haven't built the muscles appropriate to go from level 1 to level 100.
It's a big elevator ride.
Yeah. And so you're at the beginning of your journey, which is fantastic. I love when like we're just starting. You really haven't created bad habits yet, which is great. Yeah. Which is great. And so we can curb some of those right now by starting to have the real tight, kind of appropriate way for you to start spending money, the right view of money, which I think you already have. But first, before we go anywhere, we got to face the music.
Let's do it.
And we have to understand what we have and what we don't have. Okay? So we're going to do this 2 ways. First, we're going to, I want to see what you know about your money.
Okay.
And then secondly, we're going to see what you actually have. So we're going to put the numbers side by side.
About to expose myself.
You're about to expose yourself financially. Okay. So first, I want you to put top line income as a household. What is your top line income? How much money as a household will you make? I want you to write it on here between you and Claire together. This year, you can use your calculator if you need to. Okay. How much money will you bring in as a household?
As a household. Okay. Let me figure that out. Not checking bank account or anything.
No,
just,
good.
Just want to say that.
Yeah, good. Just looking. Show the camera. No, I'm just kidding. I trust you.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. As a household.
So before taxes and everything.
Before taxes, top line, how much are you going to make as a household this year?
$62,400.
Okay. As a household.
Household.
Okay, good. All right. Now we're going to do take home pay. So out of the 62,400, what are you going to take home?
After taxes.
After taxes on a monthly basis, what are you going to take home?
Probably like 50. Is that optimistic?
Just write it down.
All right. I'll write it down. Guessing 50.
Okay. That's your take home pay. So you think you're going to pay somewhere in the neighborhood of $12,000 in taxes?
That seems high, honestly. Probably not, but let's just guess. That's my guess.
Okay. How much are you going to put into retirement this year? Retirement contributions.
Oh, gosh,
into 401ks? Do you have 401ks, Roth IRAs?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. Okay. Put 0. Just put 0 down.
Okay.
Jeez, it was.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
All right. So if you're $50,000 in as your take-home pay, then what you're saying is you have $4,166 per month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so write 4,166 per month. This is how much you're telling me that you have. Now let's add up all the other expenses that you have. So I'll add it up for you. You're gonna have $2,020 left over at the end of every month.
Oh, that's what we're gonna have left over.
That's what you're gonna have left over. So let me ask you a question.
It's pretty good.
Have you had $2,000 left over every month in your bank account so far since you've been married?
No.
2 months?
No.
No?
Yeah.
So it's gone somewhere,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem. So we think we know our money,
Yeah.
and I actually believe that you really undershot on your finances, but we'll fix that in a second.
I probably did.
And here's the reality. This is what they're facing the music. If you don't know your money, then your money will not know you.
Mm-hmm.
It will leave. It'll go.
Dang it.
Right? And so it's our job, it's your job,
Mm-hmm.
and your and Claire's together to like really know your money inside and out, so that you know on a monthly basis how much money you're gonna have left over, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
want to know where your money's going. You have to tell your money where to go, or your money is just going to leave.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what happens in most people's budgets is there's one area, one hole that all the money's leaking out of.
Mm-hmm.
So right now there's $2,000,
Yeah.
somewhere around 2,000 that's unaccounted for. We got to figure out where the heck it's at. Who took your money? Somebody's stealing your money.
Mm.
We got to figure out who stole it.
Mm-hmm.
And my hunch is it was probably you. You stole your own
Yeah, it
daggum
was.
money.
It
Yeah.
was, for
You
sure.
know, we got to figure out where it's at.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna jump cut now. So your income's off.
Way off.
Way off.
You didn't give me any preparation, Zach. You told me
Way
just.
off. I know. I wanted to see where
My
if you could
yearly
figure it
income?
out. Yeah,
You think so?
way off. Unless your
It's
wife
too
is
high?
making $10,000.
Should
So
we just roll with it, or should we redo it?
no, we're gonna fix it because this is part of the problem, right? This is part of the problem. So
Guys, I messed up. Okay. Coach Zach is here. He's gonna set it right.
God,
But I messed it up. I'm sorry.
he thinks that his wife makes $2 an hour. I value
She
you a
works-
lot more than your husband, Claire. Okay, I would pay you a heck of a lot more if that's what you're getting paid. All right, when someone has split salaries, so for instance, when there's kind of a peak season when they make more, and then when they make less, we need to budget for the lowest denominator,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can have kind of a higher budget to when, like for instance, for you guys in the summer, your finances are going to be higher,
Right.
which is great.
Mm-hmm.
We can plan for that, but we shouldn't budget for the higher number. If
Yeah.
we just take the higher number and start budgeting for that, we're going to have a rude awakening. We're like, where's all the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to budget for the lower number, and then we're going to have a best case scenario with the higher number, so that in the summer we know, hey, you know what? This summer we could start putting a little bit more money away. She should be working more. I'm going to be working more, whatever it is, right?
Cool.
So when there's peak season, we always want to make sure we budget for the lowest number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Okay, so we're going to go back. I know how much you make at church,
Mm-hmm.
and then I know how much you make here.
Mm-hmm.
So then as a household, you're somewhere in the ballpark of $72,000 for the year, opposed to 62. So you undershot it about
10 grand.
10,000. Now that's not for the annual basis. The annual basis is going to be probably 5,000 to 8,000 more than that, because during the summer Claire's going to work more, have more hours. But right now this is the number we're going to budget off of.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to do 72. We're going to divide this by 12. $6,000 on a monthly basis before tax. That's your top line income, which is great.
That's really good.
It's really good.
Blessed.
Don't you feel like, wow, do you feel rich right now? You're like, whoa,
A little bit, yeah.
holy cow,
Yeah.
flex a little bit on me. So, so now we're starting with 6,000. Now we need to actually see what your paychecks are. Okay. So go to your bank account, pull it up, and see what hit. So what hit from your job, your full-time job at church?
Can't show the cameras.
Yeah, I'll show the camera. What hit from your full-time job at church? This is going to be kind of your after tax. So you're not having any retirement coming out from your full-time job right now? Okay.
All right now. So the actual after tax is $1,243.
And is that's per paycheck, and you get paid every 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you get paid
Bi-weekly.
bi-weekly, not twice a month?
Yeah, not twice a month. It's
Okay.
every 2 weeks.
Bi-weekly. Okay. So you get paid bi-weekly. Some people get paid bi-weekly. Some people get paid twice a month. I pay my employees twice a month. I think twice a month is way easier because how often do you get your bills?
Right.
Monthly basis, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to have a couple months out of the year where you get 3 paychecks
Yeah.
and others where you get 2. So 2 months of the year you'll have 3 paychecks. There's a couple different ways that you can budget for this. I like the second way, but the first way is you can kind of budget for the median. So as if you're going to take the whole year and divide it by 12. And then you just have those other paychecks that are in there that just kind of float over the course of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of float in between. I don't like that method. That method is messy because what if your float is in 6 months when you get that third paycheck on a monthly basis? You might need it beforehand if you're running at a $0 budget where there's not a lot of wiggle room.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in your case, I think there's going to be wiggle room. So I don't think it really matters too much how we do this. But here's what I would love for you to do. Those extra 2 paychecks that you get, when you have those 3 paycheck, those are going into savings.
Yeah.
Which is super easy for you to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to budget for it. You don't need it.
Yeah.
So the months where you have an extra paycheck, 3 paychecks, that third paycheck is just going to go right into savings for you.
Perfect.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's easy savings. I mean, so right there, you're at $2,500 that you're going to put into savings just by taking those 2 paychecks that you don't really,
Sweet.
you're not budgeting on. So that's a great way. That's kind of a savings hack,
Perfect.
right?
Yeah.
Savings hack. If you get paid twice a week, or if you get paid every
Live
2
off of
weeks,
that,
live
and
off
the
of that every
bonus,
2 weeks.
You put it away.
That's right. Put that extra third paycheck twice a year into
Sweet.
savings.
Yeah.
Or if you have debt, put it against your debt.
Right.
Right.
That's perfect.
Easy. That's just a little life hack I thought of off the top of my head right there in real time.
I was like wondering if there's a method, what's the Zach Santmeyer method?
You
know?
just heard it.
Off the top of the dome.
Listen, it's not rocket science. Money ain't rocket science. you know?
Yeah.
You just think it's all about cash flow. Like if you think about cash flow, like what's coming in and what's going out.
Right. Yeah,
If you think about your money that's coming in and you get paid every 2 weeks, if you're budgeting off of 2 weeks plus a little bit from that third one, you're going to be all over the place. You know, it's not going to be a really good budget. So anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So 26.90. So what we're going to do then is we're going to take 1243 and we're going to multiply it by 2. So you're going to budget based off of 2486
a month
from your income.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go after Claire's really quick. Can you look and see what her last paycheck was?
I can't.
It doesn't come into your bank.
We didn't link it yet. We're 1 month in. Okay. Gotta give us some grace here. It's a grace period. It's a grace period, Zach. Okay.
Grace period is happening during premarital counseling. Okay, that was your grace period.
Yeah, her dad. I'd be too happy about it.
Yeah, exactly.
We just haven't gone around to it yet.
So finances are very difficult to do if the spouses have different checking accounts. In
Just
fact,
getting exposed right now.
they're almost impossible to do. This is a great learning opportunity for you, Ben.
Her dad's gonna watch this and be so mad at me.
Because, listen, you, according to the IRS, you're one, right? According to God, you're one.
According to everybody.
And therefore, if you're looking at your finances and you want to actually have prosperity, you got to be together. I do not believe in separate and I know you don't believe in this either. You're going to do it.
I don't.
I'm just using you as an example to beat on
that's
right
fine.
now.
That's fine.
If you want to have financial prosperity in life, you can't do it separate without your spouse.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to go after it one way and your spouse is going to go after it, it doesn't work, right? And I know you guys aren't going to do that. But just in general, too many people, they believe in these separate accounts. And it's like you trusted this person enough to tie your life to them forever, to have children with them.
Yeah.
You got to trust them to share finances.
100%.
And you guys have to be on the same page about finances, right? It's so important. So, all right, we need to figure out how much she makes. You'll get back to him on that, and we'll figure out how much she makes after tax, how much she brings home, because that's going to determine what we make our monthly budget off of, right? And we're going to make our monthly budget off of the lowest number. So if on average, she's doing 40 hours or 20 hours a week.
Do you want me to give you a number right now and we roll with it? Or
Yeah, give me a number. Well,
you
said 20, and I know how much she makes an hour.
So it's I'd say average is like 800.
Is her take-home pay? Is the check that comes in
I think so.
every 2 weeks?
On average, I'm saying low is 800 probably.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna budget for $1,600 a month for her. So that's gonna bring you guys to just over 4,000, which is pretty close to what you originally said to your top line. 4,000. Well, no, because you have other income.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Extra grand, 5,000.
Yep. So that, but we have to take taxes out of that. And so this extra money is a 1099 money, which means taxes don't come out when it comes to you. They come out afterwards.
I got
at the end of the year. You have to, because you're not a W-2.
Yeah,
you're a
that's right.
1099.
That's good, though.
Okay. And so if you have 1099 employment, then you have to figure out how much you're going to be holding back on a monthly basis, because you don't pay that till the very end of the year when you get a bill that says, here's how much you have to pay on your taxes. Okay. So you're gonna have to hold some back.
Mm-hmm,
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard to hold it back. You're gonna need to talk to your accountant about how much you should hold back. I'm not an accountant and cannot give you accountant advice. Okay. Disclaimer.
Okay. What is this?
But here's what I would do. This is just some tips and tricks.
These are just some numbers.
Is some tips and tricks. I would hold back 25% for you, for where you guys are at right now, but you're going to talk to an accountant just to make sure.
Sweet.
But so you're going to hold back $250 every month of the $1,000. So your take home on that is going to be $750. So let's add all your money up together.
Freaking government. What the?
That's just how it works, man. Welcome to the real world.
What?
That's light. That's light.
That's light.
That's
tax?
light.
What?
48.36.
How much would it be for you?
So I'm not giving tax advice, but when you look at your paycheck, there's two different types of taxes that come out on your paycheck.
Okay.
There's payroll tax, which is your Social Security, Medicaid, or Medicare, your Social Security, Medicare, and that comes out, and then you have your income tax. So your income tax is separate. So like lower income tax brackets are in the 20s, 20% or so is how much you have to pay just for income tax. Wow. Yeah, but Medicare and Social Security is 15%.
So it's like 35?
15 plus 20, 35. That's what I'm saying. It's light. What? 25 is light. And I think 25 is probably good because you're going to have a lot of tax write-offs. You guys are young and don't make a ton, but you're going to have to figure out what your tax bracket is so that you can know how much you need to hold back from that 1099 on a monthly basis. Okay. Right? Yeah. And if you don't hold that back, you're going to be in for a rude awakening come tax time when you get a bill for, $3,000 and you got to pay that.
Yikes.
Maybe 4. You'd be like, oh, wait a second. Should have saved that along the way.
Dang. So
we're going to use 48.36 as your top line, and from there, we're going to be able to now operate a budget, okay? And we're going to actually start auditing this thing line by line.